What's going on, everybody? Dan Unfiltered Wrestling. Are we actually getting one final real goodbye from Christian? I hope so. Judging by tonight's show, hopefully at Extreme Rules, we get Randy Orton versus Christian. Probably an Extreme Rules match. That would be fucking sweet. If they want, they can make it a TLC match. Do whatever you want. I know they need someone to fill in for Edge, since Edge is now, it's official, he is out for months and months and months, maybe up to a year. So, the perfect fill-in, who better than Christian to end the Edge feud for now? Just do one off at Extreme Rules, call it a day, Orton get the victory, obviously, then Orton could probably face Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. Cool. And then whenever Edge is finally healthy, you can finish Edge versus Orton if you still feel like you need to. But this show started off with Randy Orton coming out, of course, bragging about not only beating Edge in the greatest wrestling match ever. It's just such a corny tagline. God damn it, I hate it. But anyway, very good match though. Anyway, and then also bragged about tearing the ligament in his tricep. Cool. It's a damn shame. And Christian music hit. He came out. I just wish there was a live audience. I think there would have been a nice pop to see the direction it's going. As soon as Christian's music hit, you kind of knew. Is Christian gonna fill in for Edge for a month? Which I'm amped if that's the case. I was amped for most of the show. This was a good show. When Christian came out, he said the standard best friend stuff. Edge is going to fight his battle. Edge is not going to quit. He's going to be back. Cool. Orton challenged him to a damn match. One last match. Oh yeah, you can't wrestle. You're not cleared. Fine. Let's make it unsanctioned. So it doesn't matter if you're cleared. And let's do it tonight. Christian declined, of course, looking out for his health. Randy Orton, I wish he had a better ending line, because this opening segment was pretty fantastic. They went to the easy, just as Orton is walking off, he turns back, says the offer expires at the end of the night, and if you don't take it, we all just know you're a coward. That's it, coward. That's what we get. There's a lot of fuel here on this fire. You could actually use some lines here. Bring up some history. Talk some shit about Edge. Talk some shit about Christian's family, Edge's family. Give me one line. Something that would burn and make Christian want to fight. Coward. Come on. Christian's been probably called a coward 1,000 times in his career. Who cares? Besides that, though, very good opening segment. Had me tuned in for sure for the whole night. Because I had to see Christian versus Orton. Christian having one last match? What? Yeah, more on that later. Then we had Kevin Owens versus Angel Garza. I don't really like Angel Garza. Angel Garza is great. I like him with Zelina Vega. I like him with El Idolo. I don't like them separating my boy Andrade from Angel Garza and Zelina. And it feels like they're going that direction. I don't want that direction. Keep them together. It's not like WWE has a ton of great tag teams. They don't. That tag team, not only they're both great wrestlers, the gimmicks fit together. They have a great manager who can talk. Don't break them up, man. The tag division needs people like this. But clearly it looks like they're breaking up. Bah, fuck. But yeah, Kevin Owens beat Angel Garza. Hit him with a stunner. Cool. I love Kevin Owens. I wish Kevin Owens was not doing this, involved in this United States title mess that's going on. So I'm glad Apollo Crews is getting pushed. But do we have to use Kevin Owens to try to give him a rub? You know what I mean? Just to... They do it by association. because everyone likes Kevin Owens, you put Apollo Crews near him to try to get Apollo over. I don't need it. I don't need it. Just give me good matches from Apollo Crews. That'll get him over. I don't need Kevin Owens in a feud that he's not actually even involved in. Feels like not the best use of Kevin Owens. But hey, maybe I'm just a Kevin Owens stan. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's where he belongs. On Apollo Crews level. Fuck out of here. Fuck, man. This is actually a good Raw. So I'm trying not to bitch too much. But fuck. Can we not have Kevin Owens in a feud he's not in? It just sounds so stupid. It sounds stupid. Fuck. But the best thing to happen on the show, and there were some good things, but the best thing for me, Lana and Bobby Lashley. Done. Dunzo. Finally, Dunsky. It's about fucking time. God. It's hot in here, so I'm trying not to get my blood pressure up and get pissed, because it's not good for anyone. It's hot. But yeah, it's about fucking time. Bobby Lashley and Lana never should have been together. It made no sense from the get-go. It's over. Finally, mercifully, fucking over. Lana talked shit, said maybe she should have, if she was using Lashley for sex and fame, what the fuck? She should have just slept with Drew McIntyre. And before she could even say the word Drew, Lashley asked for a divorce. Good. Good. Can we please get Lana either on the first plane the fuck out of the company and put her wherever the fuck Rusev wants to go and just let them do their thing? Or let's put her as a manager of someone who makes sense. I would say someone like a Cesaro. Put her back in managing a monster of a man type of thing. No, Cesaro's not as big as Rusev, but the way he looks and the way he wrestles, he can come off as an absolute beast in the ring. That would work for me. I'd be okay with that. And Cesaro has never been the world's best speaker anyway. But yeah, the Raw was officially good the moment Lana and Lashley were done. Done. And then Viking Raiders and the Street Profits. Then we had first Akira Tozawa and the Ninjas. The Ninjas. Apparently that was not just a backlash thing. This is just an ongoing thing. Tozawa and his Ninjas. 8-man tag. Cool. Alright. They got squashed. Obliterated. Demolished. The Viking Profits, if you want to call them. Demolished the Ninjas and Tozawa. Squash. Who cares? But then, whoever this guy is. Again, I forgot to Google who this guy is. They have a gigantic ninja. He's like LeBron James in ninja cosplay. It's craziness. He's humongous. He actually is. This guy big as hell. It's not like in wrestling when they usually lie about someone's height. This dude looks clearly very large. He's out there. They try to hold back Eric, of course. He's the tough guy of the Vikings. Cool. But then, now look, this guy's a legend, and he's my boy. My personal favorite wrestler of all time. The Big Show's music hits. He comes out. What year is it? 2020. And doesn't he have a Netflix show? Look, I love the big man. That's my guy. But, good Lord. He was all over this show. He was all over this episode. He was. He was on, I think, 3 times. 3 different times. He came out. He helped them beat up the ninjas. And then the big ninja was scared of Big Show, I guess. Tozawa kind of pulled him away. And Big Show stands tall in the ring. I don't know how to feel about that. Now, if next week, or maybe if they want to drag it out to Extreme fucking Rules, but hopefully next week, let's just do Big Show versus the big guy, versus the big ninja. Let's do it. And the big ninja must win, obviously, and cleanly. Let's try to make stars with the guys that are done. Big Show, love ya, but you're done. It's over. Let's put over whoever this gigantic man is. He looks like a 6'10" Titus O'Neil. He's big as hell. Put this guy over, and also, whenever you put him over, hopefully this ninja shit ends and whoever that guy is becomes something, because a ninja gimmick isn't going anywhere. But yeah, Big Show, very random. Very random. But knowing Vince, here's a young big ninja. Who are we going to call? Big Show. Figures. And then we've got Dominic Mysterio and Seth Rollins in a little feud. Of course, Ray-Seth feud. Dominic jumps Seth Rollins from behind while Seth and Ray are talking on the Titantron. The disciples come out and chase Dominic away. This Dominic thing's been going on for quite some time. Like, since he's been a normal personality. Like, when are they gonna make it official? Let's see him in a match. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Do Seth Rollins versus Dominic. Let's just see what the hell happens. I know he's been training for a few years. Let's just see it. I don't know. Rey Mysterio's not the best on the mic. Seth Rollins is amazing on the mic with this Messiah gimmick. So, this is a feud. Raw is actually full of pretty good feuds. I don't want to say full, but they got like 3 pretty strong ones. This one's pretty good. Are you not amped to see a Rey Mysterio Seth Rollins match at a pay-per-view? I'm completely down for that. That sounds like a good fucking time. Now, how Dominic gets involved, I'm hoping Dominic eventually turns on Rey. It needs to happen. We can't just have Dominic be the little child here. The guy looks like he's 38 years old. He's big as hell. He doesn't need to be fathered by Rey Mysterio at all times. Come on. Let's have him turn. Let's do that little feud. Hopefully, that's what comes after Extreme Rules. I would love to see Rey Mysterio versus Dominic at SummerSlam. That'd be pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Oh, God. Then I'm looking at the notes of what comes next. And every time I see a women's tag match, that's just my reaction. My natural fucking reaction is go, oh, God. Is that my fault? Is it my fault? I don't think it is. I blame Vince McMahon. I blame the writers. That's it. And I blame some of the women for sloppy wrestling. Liv Morgan, come on, let's get a little better. Let's get a little better. Please. The Iconics. You've been a team for quite a while. You're not terrible at wrestling, but you're still a little sloppy. Let's get it together, goddammit. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. The Iconics face Liv Morgan and Natalya. Tag match. Oh, squash. Why the fuck was Liv Morgan and Natalya a team? That's the biggest problem with the women's division. They just pair people up. The gimmicks don't have to fit. Nothing. No history has to be there. You just up Liv Morgan and Natalya. Here we go. Hate that shit. I'm glad Iconics won. I'm fine with it being a squash, because who cares about Natalya or Liv Morgan at this point? Who cares? Who fucking cares? But the Iconics, which I'm now getting confused, like they're calling out Sasha and Bayley for the tag titles. And it's kind of hard to tell, like, is it going to be heel-heel? Like, what type of matchup are we doing here? Who am I supposed to want to win? I don't know. It's kind of a weird matchup, but I'm not mad at it. It's definitely not worthy of a pay-per-view 10-minute pay-per-view match. But if we're going to do it next week on Raw, which it is the case, they announced it later, then I'm fine with that. Iconics versus Sasha and Bayley for the tag titles next week. Cool. Why the fuck not? By the way, it was Bayley's birthday today. And Bayley's hair. I guess she said it was supposed to be a damn birthday cake in the back. Shaved into it. It looked a fucking mess. That was the worst thing on the show, was her hair. Bar none. Best thing on the show, Lana and Lashley being over. Worst thing, Bayley's goddamn haircut. That looked terrible. Hopefully that they just did it and that's not the finished product. Hopefully she's going to get it shaved and touched up before next taping, because looked terrible. Like it was just, it wasn't even. It was all slanted and fucked. No, Bayley, that one isn't it. That wasn't it, Chief. No. Yeah, god damn it. I'm done with wrestlers shit. Like when you do dumb shit, I'm starting to just get pissed off. You cut your hair like a moron, you're a moron. She looked terrible. Sasha Banks always looks great. Then we had Apollo Crews 1-on-1 versus Shelton Benjamin. Crews wins by roll-up. Can we not just have a... It's Shelton Benjamin versus Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews is actually a very good wrestler. And we all know Shelton Benjamin is a great wrestler. It's a Raw. Let's just burn some time. We have Big Show making 3 fucking appearances. We had ninjas. We can't just give these guys a good maybe 10, 12 minutes. Why not? And have a, night show-stealing match just because. Apollo still win, of course. But let's make it definitive. Let's make him look good. And let's have a little fun. Burn a little time. Nah. No. It was very quick. Fast-paced. So the match wasn't awful. But we knew what it was. And ending it by roll-up doesn't help. That doesn't help Apollo Crews, who not long ago was a jobber. We kind of want to see him win. I did like that before the match, MVP backstage kind of offered Apollo to join his little group. I'm interested in that. I'm okay with that. I think MVP is a great manager. He looks the part. He sounds the part. His age says he shouldn't be in the fucking ring every other week, which he seems to be. Even tonight he was in a goddamn tag match for the WWE title. What the fuck? What year is it? Sorry, it's late and it's hot. I'm pissed off about things like that. All the talent in the world on this roster. We're still putting MVP in big shows and big moments. Like, god damn it. Let MVP just be the manager. I would be okay if Apollo joined Lashley and MVP just be their manager. I'd be okay with that. Then when Lashley needs a tag partner, you got one. You don't need MVP. The man looks 50. I'm not sure how old he is, but he looks 50. I know he's not young. Roll up. Cool. Again, doesn't help Apollo. And then, here's the tag match. Drew McIntyre and R-Truth. Drew, do you not have any other friends? It's got to be R-Truth. It's got to be R-Truth. This is what we're getting. Like I said earlier, with Kevin Owens and Apollo, they're trying to give Apollo the rub by putting him around Kevin Owens. Makes Apollo look better. Fine. Here, is Drew McIntyre supposed to be getting a rub from R-Truth? Because R-Truth, because people like him because he's funny? Is that what the goal is? Is that their plan, their thinking here? No. Drew McIntyre is supposed to be like a original Sheamus. An ass-kicking, Scottish, mean son of a bitch. Someone I want to go drink a beer with at the pub. And he's going to brawl, break out, and kick everyone's fucking ass. That's what I want to see from Drew McIntyre. Not R-Truth hanging out with him and not being able to pronounce words. And R-Truth's funny. He's cool. But no, I don't need to see him in McIntyre around each other. Stop. No more. This was enough. And the match itself, also pretty quick. Nothing really happened. Kind of sloppy. And we all knew Drew McIntyre was going to win. He retains his title. Bobby Lashley looked great the night before at Backlash in defeat. And now it's just kind of, I won't say it's completely wiped away, but it does ding it up a little bit. Oh, you just lost. Just like that. MVP. He's pinned by R-Truth. In a... Why? Just for what? For what? It didn't even main event the show. That's what's happening with these world titles. They're not main eventing the shows right now. It's been a while. Not main eventing the pay-per-views, really. It's not really main eventing Raws and SmackDowns. They're not the biggest storylines. Are we getting Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley at Extreme Rules? Is that going to be the match that happens next? Probably. It's either going to be that or Randy Orton. That's it. Anyone else just isn't going to make any sense to me. And I'd prefer Randy Orton versus Christian first. Ooh. I really want to see that. Then Asuka faced Nia Jax in a rematch for the title. It was alright. Alright. They seem to have a little better chemistry this time than at Backlash. But it didn't have near as much time. It wasn't as physical. At least it didn't end in a count out. But what it did end in is a fucking roll up and a quick 3 count from the ref. What the fuck? I said it on the Backlash thing. Asuka needs a victory. A real one. A real victory. Now, it looked like it again. It looked like Nia Jax was better. Again. She just lost because a ref screwed her and a roll-up. I guess we're getting a steel cage match, probably. That's my guess. Extreme Rules. Fine. Who cares? And then the main event. Orton versus Christian in an unsanctioned match. Was it the greatest unsanctioned match ever? No, it was not. But I'm surprised they didn't bill it that fucking way, the way they've been doing things lately. I'm surprised they didn't say that. But it was not. It was literally 2 moves. Christian came out there. Ric Flair's music hit right before the bell rang. Ric Flair, with a mic in his hand, said, and once you saw Ric Flair, like I said, we knew what was going to happen. He's the dirtiest player in the game. We know evolution. Come on, let's just put things together real quick. And he low-blowed Christian right after the bell. He came out acting like he wanted to stop the match, to save Christian. As soon as the bell ring, bang, low blow, punt. Christian gone, 1, 2, 3. After the match, Randy Orton rubbed stroking Christian's hair. It was kind of hilarious. And was telling him how he didn't want this to happen. He didn't want to have to do that to Christian. He didn't want to end Christian's return. Didn't want to end Edge's return. Randy Orton is amazing like this. When he's doing this gimmick, this character, the sadistic, I hear voices, Randy Orton, man, you talk yourself into saying he's top 5 ever. He's really good like this. I'm hoping Christian comes back in a couple weeks and we get that match at Extreme Rules. Finally, a real send-off for Christian. Because he hasn't had one. When he retired, he was abrupt. Same with Edge. They both were Injuries, abrupt ending. It's just a shame that Edge and Christian's like return and last great run. If this is it for Edge, I think this is it for Christian. But if this is it for Edge, I think he's got like a 2 years left on his contract. If that's a real thing, I wish there was a crowd. I wish people could be seeing it, cheering it, chanting their names. It just would have been nice. But overall, this Raw was good. I give this Raw a B+. I was entertained with just about everything in it. Just about. I didn't need to see, Big Show dancing with the Street Profits about who wants the smoke. Or we want the smoke. Whatever. Speaking of that, we're getting Street Profits versus Viking Raiders next week on Raw for the tag titles. It should be ending their feud. And why the fuck did it take a 7-foot, 500-pound man to tell you how to end your settle who's better? How about a fucking wrestling match? How about that? They were talking about doing Uno or chess. How about a wrestling match? Wrestlers. Oh, man. All right, guys, let me know down below. What did you think of the show? Do you have a grade for it? I give it a B+. I thought it was pretty damn entertaining overall. I love seeing the legends, since right now the roster's kind of like sliced in half. They're doing all right now. They're doing okay. And if you are still here, you are a real one.